The Stretford End is back once again with me, your host, Sasha Johnson, and of course, here to bring you the latest news in today's video. But of course, I want to say like and subscribe to the channel. Our goal is 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and the links to our various socials are in the description below. But of course, let's get right into it. There's quite a lot of news to get into about Erik ten Hag being appointed the next Manchester United manager and everything that has to do with that. Fabrizio Romano has come out with more news, and various other reports have also come out with more details about the appointment of Erik ten Hag being Manchester United manager. I'm feeling excited about it. I was feeling a bit under the weather yesterday, but this news that I bring to you since yesterday, that it has come out of Erik ten Hag being the only candidate now to be Manchester United manager, and we know that the appointment will be soon and the announcement will be soon. This news has made me feel good, has made me feel positive, has brought a smile to my face with regards to the club that I and you love, Manchester United. And of course, you know, I want to know how you guys are feeling about it. Me personally, I'm just feeling over the moon. I'm so happy that we are getting Erik ten Hag to be our, permanent manager. There isn't anyone else that I've wanted. For those who know and have watched the previous videos, you know Erik ten Hag is the manager that I've wanted ever since the news broke out that we have put him in a four-man shortlist with regards to the managers. And I've always wanted Erik ten Hag, and I'm glad that we are finally getting him, that the board and Richard Arnold and the Glazers are making the right decision, and they have to be applauded for making that right decision. It is the first step to our reset, to our cultural reset, in a sense, in terms of the way we play, our identity, the way other clubs will be seeing us in the future. Everything will be changing right now. That is what I wanted, a complete reset from bottom to top. And it starts with the appointment of Erik ten Hag. But let me get into the news and the real reason why you are here. And Fabrizio Romano has given us more news and has come out saying that after positive interviews with Erik ten Hag, the board are now in direct contact with his agent as he is a main candidate. Discussions are progressing now about the project, long-term plans, new signings, the summer budget, and the club structure. Ten Hag wants full clarity on Manchester United's plans. It is also said that Erik ten Hag was and has received approaches by other clubs, but his priority has always been Manchester United, as we know, as it was reported here on the Straight in previous videos. If you haven't seen that, definitely go and check it out. It is a good watch. And of course, there's a €2 million release clause included into his contract with Ajax. But it's not going to be an issue for us, as we do know we are quite a wealthy club. Thanks to the Glazers, that's where they kind of, were always winning in terms of money and sponsorships and profit for themselves and the club. And of course, Marcel van der Kraan came out and has spoken more with regards to the appointment of Erik ten Hag becoming Manchester United manager. And he said that Ten Hag needs somebody who knows the setup, the Premier League, and every opponent inside out. Because the relationship was so good, he would not be against taking Steve McLaren as his assistant, as he had previously at Feyenoord before he moved to Ajax Amsterdam. So the two of them would be good. Steve McLaren was, an assistant coach at Manchester United, and he did quite well. So having him back under Erik ten Hag as an assistant coach would be a bit of a double duo and a huge benefit to us and to the team and to those players coming into the team. It will be very beneficial and a wonderful aspect should Erik ten Hag take Steve McLaren as his assistant, in my opinion. Marcel van der Kraan further said that the other guarantee for Ten Hag is freedom with the management of players. There are players who are older with massive experience like Ronaldo, but what if he wants to change to a playing style which suits younger players like at Ajax? So basically, Erik ten Hag has told the board that he wants full control over the footballing side of Manchester United. So if he feels a player like Ronaldo is not good enough for his tactics, for his style of play, and for the footballing identity that he wants to set into Manchester United, imaging his own personal tactics and his own personal style of play, then basically he wants to get rid of that player if the player doesn't fit the style and is not beneficial to the squad, regardless of his branding, regardless of his social media status or how important he is to the club in a marketing sense. Erik ten Hag wants to be able to get rid of these players without complication, without any, shall I say, a hindrance or a stoppage from the board or the Glazers side with regards to players going out or coming in. He wants full control over the footballing side of Manchester United. And the reason for this is Marcel van der Kraan says that Erik ten Hag wants two guarantees. One of them is a backroom staff which will fit him and which will fit United. He wants his own backroom staff, not people given to him by the board or the Glazers like Ole was given, Phelan, Carrick, McKenna, etc. He wants his own people and his own people to fit at the club and to fit the team. And this will be good for him to change the club's philosophy and its identity. So basically, Marcel van der Kraan has outlined that Erik ten Hag has come out and has said that Erik ten Hag wants full control over the club's footballing side, and he wants to bring his own people in, and he wants to change the club's footballing identity and philosophy. This is how it's supposed to be. A full cultural reset is going to happen at Manchester United. The board has to give full power to Erik ten Hag in order for him to do the job to the best of his ability and in order for him to succeed. The evidence is there. If you give the coach full autonomy and full power, he can succeed if given full power. Pep has shown it at City, Liverpool as Klopp, and the same with Tuchel at Chelsea. If you give the coach what he wants, he will succeed if he is credible and world-class level, such as Erik ten Hag, who is one of the hot properties and has been wanted by so many clubs right across Europe. But he has chosen Manchester United and has always wanted Manchester United. And that in itself is a win. I don't care if the board didn't want him, but they still chose Erik ten Hag. And to know that they have made that decision and have chosen Erik ten Hag is a good first step in changing the fortunes of this club, in showing that Richard Arnold is not a Ed Woodward, and he is here to make changes for the betterment of the club on the footballing side, for us to once again go and win titles, compete for titles. That is what he has said, and that is what he has been put in the plans of Manchester United, and Erik ten Hag is that first step that we need. Furthermore, it has said that reports have come out, and this is by the Telegraph, they have come out saying that Manchester United are prioritizing the recruitment of a striker and two accomplished high-energy midfielders in the summer. They have also scouted in the right side forward position, although that is considered a less pressing issue than those other areas at this stage. And that is good news for the summer, for the transfer window. But let's first get Erik ten Hag over the line. We know that Erik ten Hag will definitely be looking at midfielders to bring into the club. We know that he wants to bring in the likes of Anthony, which is a right-sided player, left-footed, as I've spoken about in previous videos. If you haven't seen that, definitely go and look at it. I've also spoken about Jurrien Timber, who he wants to bring in as a centre-back. But definitely a midfielder is very important. And that being said, the midfielder that recently and today has come out in reports is Calvin Phillips. And it is saying that Manchester United are working on a deal with Leeds United to bring Calvin Phillips to Old Trafford. And this is key because it basically shows that the board is looking at players that Erik ten Hag might actually want to have at the club to use in his first team and to develop and build into a strong team. They want to help the coach and make his job easier so that he can focus more on the team than actually the signings. But this once again brings into the account of Erik ten Hag having full control over who comes in and who goes in terms of signings. And this, however, ties into the next report that says Erik ten Hag would have a veto on any players Manchester United have already shortlisted, but the club are understood to be advancing on an intended deal to sign Calvin Phillips from Leeds. And that is good to hear that Manchester United will definitely let Erik ten Hag have a say on who comes in terms of signings and who goes. But to hear that they are wanting to sign Calvin Phillips, even though he has not completely been officially announced as the manager, shows again that the board want to bring in a player of an English ilk and want to basically use him for their own personal gain in terms of profit and marketing, like a Wan-Bissaka, like a McTominay, like a Rashford, like a Shaw, etc. These players that are English and that basically have a high profile or potential to have a high profile in the marketing side of football. And, if Erik ten Hag definitely wants Calvin Phillips. I'm sure that you will take him as a player. I would want Calvin Phillips. I'm sure that, a couple of other Manchester United supporters out there would want Calvin Phillips as well. But is he the player Erik ten Hag would want? We'll have to wait and see on that. It is just reports that have come out about him. But we'll definitely hope that Erik ten Hag will go for Calvin Phillips, because he is better than Fred. He is better than McTominay combined. And definitely he can come into the team and start for us and be that change that we need. He does it for England, so why can he not do it for Manchester United? Of course, further news come out saying that Kane, Rice and Bellingham are players United want to give to Erik ten Hag, but I don't see Kane coming to us. I don't see Declan Rice. As I've said, Calvin Phillips is an option that they are having advanced talks with to bring in for Erik ten Hag. But Bellingham is definitely a player I would love to see us bring in. If we can bring in a Bellingham and a Calvin Phillips, that is a definite upgrade on a McTominay and a Fred, and a definite upgrade to a lacking midfield that we basically have. So those two players in Calvin Phillips and Bellingham would be excellent additions to come in alongside Anthony and alongside Jurrien Timber, for Erik ten Hag. But we'll have to wait and see on the signings as the transfer window opening once again reaches closer for us. Lastly, I just want to speak about also further news stating that Manchester United and Erik ten Hag have already spoken about transfer targets for the summer window. And that is good news to hear that they've already spoken about transfer targets for the summer. But that tells you that Erik ten Hag has also probably said that the players who don't belong at the club and the players that he does not want in his squad, that shows that, there is progress in terms of giving power to the new manager coming in and listening to him in terms of who he wants to bring in and who he will think, is the best players to come in to change the mentality, to change the quality, and to upgrade the quality to an elite level that Erik ten Hag needs it to be at for Manchester United to succeed and compete and to win titles in the future. That is the news that I wanted to bring to you today here on the Stretford End. And of course, definitely keep out a look on the channel. Click the notification bell so that you are notified when we do upload videos. We'll definitely be speaking about the upcoming game against Everton in our preview. But of course, hopefully the players will show a better performance than what we've had against Leicester City most recently in our previous league game. But today's news is all about Erik ten Hag and the benefits of him becoming the new Manchester United manager and him wanting full and total control over the footballing side of Manchester United. Good news, positive news, and of course the news of him being appointed and officially being appointed is drawing ever closer to us, and we'll definitely bring you the news here on the Stretford End. Thank you guys for joining me on today's video. Continue to like and subscribe to the channel. I know that you guys will definitely help the channel grow to higher heights. That is it, me, Sashin Johnson from the Stretford End. Till we speak again soon, Reds. Goodbye.